celebration of Korean red ginseng, as this miracle root has been used for centuries by Oriental medical practitioners. In recent years, its benefits have been recognized by Western medicine, and a lot of research is being conducted to find out more about the many health applications of this root. We have two representatives from Korea Ginseng Corporation, Mr. Charlie Park and Mr. QUÄC, who will answer all your questions on how Korean red ginseng is conquering the world. We also have two speakers with us today, Dr. Kim Si-kwon and Dr. Chang-Yuen Chun, who will be speaking to us about recent developments in Korean red ginseng. We hope you'll pick up some invaluable tips and insight into how Korean red ginseng can benefit your health and become Korean red ginseng connoisseurs yourselves. I trust it will be a fulfilling and informative day for you today, and you will walk away with a fresh understanding of Korean red ginseng. Without further ado, I would like to introduce Mr. QUÄC Tan, official representative of Korea Ginseng Corporation. Mr. Tan, please.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, keep me waiting so long. I have to start my script. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm QUÄC Tan, official representative of Korean Ginseng Corporation for Singapore. It's a great pleasure and honor for me to welcome you over this afternoon for attending our unique Korean Red Ginseng seminar. Thank you for coming here and today. We shall find more interesting facts about these miracle roots. My Singaporean friends has asked me if eating the Korean ginseng would result in noise breathing and fever. Well, it's quite surprising for me to hear about this misconception. I think after hearing more information about the Korean red ginseng, you will be surprised what these roots can do. We would also like to special thanks to Dr. Kim and Dr. Chang for taking time to help us share the wonders of Korean ginseng at this seminar. Today, we organized this ginseng seminar to share the latest information of Korean red ginseng, and as I have mentioned earlier, to help you gain a deeper understanding about this miracle root. Singapore has been a strong consumer of Korean red ginseng. In the past 2 years, consumption of root has jumped from 11 tons 2009 to over 24 tons 2011. Especially the CHIIM community has strongly recognized the potency of Korean red ginseng, while their Western counterparts is instead slowly coming around to being known for its qualities. Korean Ginseng Corporation is famous for its prestigious brand, DÜNG. DÜNG is our leading Korean red ginseng product, established in 1899. And has steadily grown in reputation for its quality and efficacy. Our Korean red ginseng product is grown for 60 years before going through a rigorous process of quality checks and packaging to ensure that the consumers get the best of the crop. What at DÜNG have also worked hard to incorporate Korean red ginseng into new product, so that you no longer have to boil ginseng soup for hours to enjoy the benefits. Korean red ginseng is available in several forms, from capsule to tablet, and candies on the table, also to sports drink. Well, have you ever heard about Red Bull? But we have PERSAM 28. I think this is better than Red Bull. In closing, I encourage everyone present to browse through our product list to see what DÜNG has to offer. And don't forget to enjoy the 3 courses of meal that Chef Anthony Tan from Mandarin Oriental Hotel has carefully prepared for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tan. Now I would like to introduce Dr. Kim Si-kwon from Konkuk University, a private university in Seoul that is renowned for its technology and science research. Dr. Kim will speak on how Korean red ginseng can help with Alzheimer's and which type of ginseng is the best in the world. Welcome, Dr. Kim.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great honor to introduce you the efficacy of Korean red ginseng. Yeah, the title of my presentation is Korean Red Ginseng. The subtitle, The Pride of Korea. I dare say that Korean red ginseng is the pride of Korea, not because it is sold several times more expensive price than the product from other countries, but also because that we have thousands of history and variety of efficacies. Today I'd like to talk about history of ginseng, cultivation and efficacy of Korean red ginseng, and ginseng in helping with Alzheimer and memory deficit, and help to fight against flu and cold. First, I'd like to tell where the name Korean ginseng came from. Here, I think you cannot understand the Chinese character. Well, it has without crown here. Well, it came from three. Chang. This indicates three. Three indicates heaven, earth, and human, or father, mother, and son. In other words, three united into one. The Trinity. In the Orient, three has been symbolized as perfect. Therefore, ginseng stands for perfect and best urban medicine. And here, Korean ginseng, only Korean ginseng has the crown here. Chinese and American ginseng has devoid of crown. The crown was kept on Shang to symbolize ginseng as the king of urban medicine. Actually, the ginseng from Chinese and American, they has not been called ginseng. They were called just Shang because their product do not look after human body. Okay. I think you can understand what I would like to say. Here, this is wild type. And I love this picture, especially the left-hand side one. Here. Okay. Both of them look like human body. The left side one, beautiful Miss Singapore. The right position, handed one, masculine Mr. Singapore. Okay. When judged by written history book, we developed to cultivate the ginseng to this day almost 1,000 years ago. It is written in history book. Okay. To cultivate ginseng to this day, we need two critical techniques. Okay. The first one, we have to transplant the 1-year-old seedling. Okay. And the second one, the transplantation should be at this position, tilted position, not the straight. Well, 45 degrees. It should be transplanted like this position. Okay, then the ratio of root that resembles the human body increases. Okay, it's very interesting. We developed and found that techniques almost 1 million years ago. So, and next, I'd like to tell you the superiority of Korean ginseng, why we could produce the best quality ginseng product in the world. We have optimum climate for growth, especially we have distinctive 4 seasons that the Singapore cannot have, unfortunately. And we have uncontaminated environment. We cultivate the ginseng with deep mountain or an isolated place. And we have 1,000-year-old cultivation history. And this chemical structure represents the ginsenoside, the main active ingredient of Korean ginseng. Korean ginseng contains more variety of ginseng saponi. And finally, we also have long and state-of-the-art technology for processing. Korean ginseng contains many active ingredients, including ginsenoside, polysaccharide, and something else. Well, ginsenosides have steroid-like activity. Okay. This chemical structure resembles the steroid hormone. And polysaccharide demonstrates anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer effects. And polyacetylates, such as paraffin, dol, nol, and triol, exhibits anti-cancer effect. And phenolic compounds, antioxidant effect. Antioxidant, ingredients, telomerase aging. Okay. And alkaloids shows sedative effect. And glucuronic acid demonstrates detoxification of toxic chemicals. And let's take a look at how many saponi or ginsenoside is contained in varieties ginseng products. Korean ginseng contains 24 natural ginsenosides, and American 14, and Chinese sanchi 15, and Japanese just 8. Each ginsenoside shows different pharmacological activity. So this table indicates that Korean ginseng demonstrates the most diversified pharmacological effects. Okay. And recently, ginseng has been known to prevent common colds and flu. And an Italian scientist, Dr. Scaglione, reported that population who took ginseng, parts ginseng, but caught cold much less than the placebo group. And this kind of preventive effect against influenza was also reported by Japanese scientists. Okay, the placebo and control group almost 57 and 73% took influenza, but the group of people who took Korean red ginseng, caught cold just 28.6%. There was significant difference between these two groups. And the swine influenza was the greatest concern a few years ago. I think you can understand 2009 H1N1 virus. We conducted animal experiment. We challenged the rat with H1N1 virus. This figure represents the body weight change, and this is survival rate. Here, the rat challenged H1N1 virus. Just survived 50 or 60%. However, ginseng-treated group, the survival rate increased in dose-dependent manner. Here, all the animals survived throughout the experiment. Next, I'd like to show you the preventive effect of Korean ginseng against Alzheimer's disease. Here, the percentage of beta amyloid. Beta amyloid is the protein that is the culprit of Alzheimer's disease. The localization of beta amyloid was significantly decreased. And in a cell line in which the neurons, in which the cell, well, the DNA was manipulated, now produced the PI4K2 alpha. The preventive effect against alpha, well, beta amyloid production was lowered by the treatment. This is RG3, it's red ginseng specific ginseng sign. So in this situation, the effect of RG3 was abolished. Okay, so we could understand that the red ginseng specific ginseng sign works. Here, this PI, phosphatidylate inositol 4,2 alpha. And then it reduced the localization of beta amyloid, okay, the culprit of Alzheimer's disease. And then we conducted an animal memory test in Alzheimer animal model. The memory was damaged by beta amyloid. This is animal model. Here, the control group memory number of error was decreased by the treatment of RG3, and the frequency of error was decreased in a dose-dependent manner by the treatment of RG3. Okay, thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Kim. Now I'd like to introduce Dr. Chung Yuan-Shun from Taiwan's China Medical University, one of the foremost universities in Taiwan. Dr. Chung will speak on how Korean red ginseng can help sufferers of diabetes and cancer. Welcome, Dr. Chung.
Thank you. Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great honor to be invited in today's press conference and also tomorrow's ginseng seminar to share some of the work we did on the Korean red ginseng. Currently, I'm the professor at China Medical University, Taichung, Taiwan. China Medical University, one of the only medical university which also have programs on traditional Chinese medicines. And besides talking on some of my research, I'm going to concentrate on the Korean red ginseng, on cancer, diabetes, flu, protecting liver disease, and also show answer some of the questions from Singaporean part. But actually, we have similar, the same problems in Taiwan also. So this is the red ginseng, and ginseng has been used in TCM for thousands of years. And the first herbal that have recorded the red ginseng, which appeared around 280, will be about at least 1,800 years ago. And it says that the ginseng is good for all internal organs and also improve the memory, and long-term use will lead to longevity. For those who read Chinese characters, you can see it's good for 5 internal organs and also good for the memory. And so good for the memory was recorded 1,800 years ago. So actually, nowadays actually it's a custom in Taiwan. Whenever there's a kids who try to have go into high school, university, or even nowadays the graduate school, the parents or the mother or even the grandmother usually provide the ginseng tea for their kids who are preparing for the exams. And then later on, we are going to have our animal mud studies. Yes, indeed, ginseng, the Korean red ginseng, to help in the memory mechanism. So ginseng, since it has been used in TCM for thousands of years, actually it can be used as a general tonic for all weak symptoms. And as Professor Kim just mentioned, ginseng oxide is a major ingredient in the Korean red ginseng. Now, up to now, more than 70 ginseng have been found. And actually, I'd like to point out that the ginseng is one of the few plants in the world that have highest number of academic paper published. Very likely only next to garlic, I think. Yeah, so a lot of scientific paper have been published on the research work of the ginseng, such as CNS stimulant, cardiac tonic, or the increased immunity and or the cancer, etc. So in general, in TCM, Korean red ginseng has been used for